What is going on, folks? We're back with another Morphin Metacast, and we are here to talk about Kamen Rider Black Sun and Prime. How's it going, sir?
Guten Tag, mein dude, and konnichiwa, bitches.
So, since last we talked, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening here, and I figured, you know what? Let's start off with the bad before we get into the good, because this is something that's been a long time coming since the start of these line of toys, and that's the Lightning Collection. Recently, SPD Yellow is out in the wild right now in Singapore, which means that you could probably buy it off eBay right now if you wanted to, and put it in part of your collection, and it kind of finishes out the SPD collection minus was it B Squad? No, A Squad. That still we're waiting for those to come out, right?
I think they're all out, aren't they? Except for maybe Red. I could be wrong.
Could be wrong on that one, but I think
we will probably need Cat Nova too.
Cat Nova. But as far as like the core 7, this kind of fleshes that out essentially. A lot of QC with this. People pointed out the Morpher especially and stuff. And it caused a lot of concern that we've been saying for a while. And it finally reached its apex this week with a lot of people, where a lot of folks are starting to kind of sour on the Lightning Collection line. Now, if you've been listening to us for years, we said it since its inception that the Lightning Collection has had very poor QC issues,
and and it seems like it just got worse after year, because like a lot of people will probably accuse us of being like, oh, those guys are just fucking negative, whatever. But no, if you listen to when the Lightning Collection first announced, we were pretty excited about it. We were really hyped about it. It looked good. It looked fine. As a matter of fact, if I remember right, when Wave 1 came out, I initially said I didn't want another White Ranger figure because I got the figure art right.
Yeah.
But once I got that toy in hand, I was like, wow, this is my favorite figure from the set. Like I had high hopes, high expectations. My bar wasn't that high, and somehow, some way, Hasbro found a way to just smooth trip over that motherfucker every single step of the way. The apparent lack of giving this shit is like it's fucking palpable. Like, how can the QC be this bad? It's like, I know you see us, you see what we're saying. We're posting the pictures because you jump in conversations that nobody tagged y'all asses in. You make fucking snide comments like wink wink nudge nudge on your whack ass fucking what the fan Fridays, whatever that
Fridays
shit
is. Yeah.
You make a little like wink wink nudge nudge, like we know you hear us, and how you actively choose to be this fucking incompetent. I swear, I feel like a business course should take this shit as a fucking case study. First of all, on the ground level, CJ, most fans would buy every single team, right? Like, we gotta have a team of Power Rangers from every season.
We got three different MMPRs, 4 different if you count the ninjas.
Bare fucking minimum. At the bare fucking minimum. You were especially for like the $25 you charging per fucking figure.
Used to be 18. Used to be $18.99. Now it's like $22.99, 23 after tax. 24.
Round that bitch up 25. Round that shit
$25. Yeah, might be those $25. Might be those $25. Depending on where you at.
$25 fucking dollars per figure. 25 times, let's just say 6. Average team has 6 Rangers, right?
Yeah.
How do you fumble the bag this fucking hard? Because now I'm seeing people who are hardcore completionists are going, you know what? I'm just gonna buy 1 or 2 and they can kiss my ass. Shout
out to Toku Chris. He really was like, yo, I'm canceling all my shit. And he posted the fucking the pictures of him canceling that shit. And I was like, oh. And he's one of the people that like goes hard in the paint for the Lightning Collection. He was like, yo, I was going
to say, how long did it take him? Because he showed as a staunch company man.
Man, it took this, and he was like, yo, fuck this shit. And that's a guy that, again, he was optimistic probably way more than I was about this shit. He's like, yo, fuck this.
And it's so fucking mind-boggling. It's like the quality control issues are so fucking terrible. And I don't know if you saw this or not. But the conversation, like, I got roped into. So, like, somebody posted it.
You get roped into these conversations. I don't.
I'm gonna say, I be minding my own goddamn business, living my best fucking prime life on the internet. and somebody posted a picture of one of those, like, was it the one with the guy who found the bugs in his plastic effects
Yeah.
part?
Yeah.
Or was it the other one where the dude, like his Omega Ranger, the paint was just
Okay.
deteriorating,
The paint
deteriorating off of it?
The paint deteriorating. That's not legit because it looked like he did a customization on it and it just backfired on him. So that's not legit. But
Okay, I'm about to say, but
the bug in that is legit.
But and so I posted a response. I was like, people will defend this.
Yep.
And I'm not surprised. Niggas was in my mentions defending that shit. And I just really wish people would love themselves as much as they love these companies, because I'd be cold in the ground before I bootlick this hard for fucking Hasbro of all fucking companies and organizations. And what really just boils my biscuits about this shit, because I was driving, I just fucking remembered. Didn't they just recently post that they had like a record, like our sales are through the roofs and shit? And then on the other side of their face,
I was gonna get to that. They fired, they laid off a good chunk of workers.
Was it 10,000? How many was it?
10,000. 10,000.
Was it 10,000?
Somewhere around that level.
It was a crazy high number. Right after they out of one side of their mouth say they have record.
No, 1,000. 1,000. So that's 15% of their global workforce. They laid off.
Who was 10,000? That was either Google or Windows. I forget which.
Put it this way, the tech bubble, they had a lot of layoffs, but on Hasbro it was 1,000 jobs, but still is a lot. That's still
a lot of fucking people, especially when you on the other side of your mouth talking about your fucking record gains and how you had growth in all these fucking sectors.
How you get record gains?
How? And then on the third side of their mouth, because this is a cube we're dealing with apparently. They're talking about how, like, oh, to make these certain figures, we just have to crowdfund them. So let's reach into your fucking pocket and make this.
Oh, they're doing that shit that they did with the Okay, so real quick, there's a guy, if you get a chance, I don't know if you know him, know the guy on YouTube, Retro Blaster.
Yes.
He talks about that. He goes hard in the paint on Hasbro and Mattel for them fucking the fan, like the Kickstarter toy shit, right?
And you look, I'm not gonna knock anybody that does it. I'm not giving you a value judgment. Like, if you want the toy, like you know what, you do you. But CJ, I will be cold in the ground before I fucking crowdfund anything from that multi-billion fucking. You can kiss my ass.
They did the whole shit with Ghost Rider, and I'm like, you should have just released it as a toy. People wanted Ghost Rider. Now you're putting the fucking shit behind the fucking paywall and shit. And I'm like, what the hell?
Saying. And then look, and because Hasbro got some weird ass defenders, bro. And
I defend a lot of people, but there's a line where I'm like, yeah, I can't defend that shit. Y'all on your own on that one.
And when I say about how, like, I would never fund a Hasbro project, and somebody was like, well, you buy Bandai Premium, it's a fucking difference. Because Bandai is like,
we complain about Bandai Premium, but at least they tell you what. At least they look. Tracy Moore.
Here's the thing.
Tracy Patrice O'Neal said it best. At least they're fucking you up front. They ain't lying about it. It's like,
and that's the thing. The difference between the fucking Hasbro fundraising and fucking Premium Bandai is that Bandai is like, hey, we're making this. Do you want one? Like, we're gonna make it anyway.
And it's limited too. It's limited. They ain't coming back out ever again.
They're like, yeah, we're doing this regardless, but if you want one, we'll take your money to give you one. Hasbro is like, oh no, for us to even make this, you have to give us your money. Fuck you. And I mean that
from the back easily.
You can slurp on my balls and gargle the gravy. There is no way in hell. You can chew my caramel colored ass. I will be fucking dead. I would recognize Missouri as a state before I give them motherfucking money for a goddamn fan project. You got me fucked up. All right.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is insane. Just like, and the thing of it is, it was like, it's reaches apex. And I agree with you. I'm with you where it's like, I'll get the Alien Rangers, and after that, it's like, it's on a case-by-case basis before I even decide to get a next figure, because I need to see what the figure is when it comes out before I decide I want to do it.
And guess what? You can't even do that anymore because they're doing the fucking windowless packaging now. So now it's like you playing fucking Russian roulette. You just don't fucking know.
Well, we talked about it last episode with the Green Lost Galaxy Ranger. Some of the figures got the wrong fucking leg piece and shit.
And look, And I'm so fucking. So this weekend I was out of town at the con, right?
Which con?
And Arkansas Anime Fest.
Oh, okay.
And so was it called Anime Fest? I think so. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I just show up places, baby. I'm weird. So I was at the con and I was at a table, dealer's table, and they had G.I. Joe classified figures, and they had a fucking Destro that I wanted. I wanted a fucking Destro.
Was it the one with the burning money? Or
No, I already have that
one.
one. I got
Oh,
the classic Destro. And I was looking at it, and I was just like, you know what, nah. Then I went to a store, right? Went to Target afterwards a little bit. And I went in there and they had the Lost Galaxy green and they had the Mighty Morphin black. They look fine. And they had a Studio Series RC. Those are 3 figures that I want. But standing in the store, looking at them, having in my hand, I was like, you know what? Hasbro can eat a whole bag of rocks. Fuck off. Fuck off.
And it's weird. Like you said, they post up these record profits, but I feel like that's only like a begrudgingly they got record profits. And I want to see what's going to happen now that people are at their like breaking point with this shit now.
And my thing is like, if the record profits were so record breaking and so sound good, give those people their fucking jobs back, because apparently they were probably working in the fucking QC department. Because what the fuck?
Well, I mean, we said on our latest episode of Pressing Buttons about like the way companies go about like their record profits, where it's the situation of these companies aren't satisfied with just making money. They got to make more money.
All the money.
They got to double the money the next following year instead of just being satisfied. Like, it's like you made $1 million this year. All right, next year we got to make 3 million. Well, that's not feasible. Like, what the hell are we talking about here?
But they don't want some of the money. They want all of the money.
Because it's not enough to just make $1 million consistently every year and still make profit and you're good to go. Nah, you gotta make triple.
We need growth. And so what does that fucking look like? Because at a certain point, it's not sustainable. Like,
it's not. It's like especially if your product goes down in quality and you're like, well,
what fucking pea brain? You know what, dog?
Oh my god, man. Yeah. And I mean, it even extends out to the Master of the Universe. That was the one thing that Retro Blaster was saying. Like, you're putting out this crowdfunding thing for the Masters of the Universe castle.
Snake Mountain was not Snake Mountain. It was the Eternia playset.
Yeah, Eternia playset, but it's like your quality control.
It's dog shit.
It's dog shit. So it's like, why would I want to crowdfund this shit when it's been shown that your quality control ain't good? Like, what the hell?
Bro, I would not trust Hasbro to make me a grilled cheese sandwich. Put that in the vault. Write that shit down. I wouldn't. I was like, how the fuck is there paint flaking off my goddamn grilled cheese? How's that even fucking possible?
And that's what makes it hard too, because it's like, you look at that and then you turn around and, we go into stuff like this with the CSM stuff for the Kamen Rider stuff, and you look at something like this, for instance. This is coming out premium Bandai, and look at that quality product. And
again, Bandai's not saying we're only gonna make this if you, the fans, give us money.
Putting it out, and you either pay it or you don't.
You want this? You can get one if you want. We're making it.
It's $500, by the way. This whole set is $500, by the way.
Afterpay for to be working overtime, baby.
Oh yeah. And I'm pretty sure if you go through Toku Collectibles, there's probably a payment plan for that shit. Because again, I say this before, toy companies are the devil for that shit because they know we want that shit. So it's like, hey, you can put it on the payment plan, layaway.
Whoever the fuck at PayPal came up with paying for, I hope they're enjoying their corner office. I hope that shit got a fern.
I wish I came with that view. I wish I came up with that shit. I'd be like, yo, fuck this day job. I'm the guy that came up with the payment plan.
I hope that motherfucker has a nice fern, has a nice view of the fucking atrium.
I want people to understand there was a time where we would look at this shit and be like, too rich for my blood. I can't afford it. And as soon as somebody was like, well, if you put $75 down,
I mean, you can
split up the payment a month. That's when it was like, you dirty sons of bitches. I hate you.
I mean, how dare they unleash that upon me with my zero impulse control? How dare they?
Prime, it started with the fucking Voltron shit, right? You remember the Solar Koto? I keep fucking up the name.
Solar Chogan, yeah.
Yeah, Solar Chogan one. And again, I was at San Diego Comic-Con when they debuted it, and the guy was really enticing me. Well, you can put, $75 down, and, we can pay monthly payments. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Do I need this? And I had to walk away.
That man fucking put the salesman mojo on you, bro.
Yo, because even my boy Demetrius, shout out to him, like Hellspawn, like he was all like, bruh, payment plans. I was like, I told you, man, it's the devil. They got you.
By the balls, son.
Because he got the voice activated Optimus Prime. Shit. He got that. And I was like, I mean, I like Transformers. I don't know about that much for it because I saw how much that was, and I was like, oof. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Even though I say this as I put down a down payment that I just finished paying off for the Gokai Saber and gun recently.
I just finished paying off. I just finished paying off a Zenkaiser Black, and I'm looking at that fucking complete selection Kabuto Zector, and I'm like,
I knew you were. I think I saw you tweet about that. I was like,
I'm like,
See, that's gonna be the devil for me because at some point I'll get married and then kids coming to the table. Then I'm really gonna have to like stay the fuck away from that shit because payment plan is really gonna be like diapers or toys. Take your pick.
Well, I mean, there are cloth diapers.
No, look, I am not trying to be a dirtbag dad at any point in time. That is not happening. Fuck that.
Don't listen to me. I'm a professional shit poster. Don't
tell my wife, like, tell my future wife, yeah, Prime told me to buy it. Who is this Prime Gundam? Fuck. Prime, help me. I don't know you, dog. Sorry.
Don't look at Prime Gundam. Prime Gundam can't help you.
He can't help you. Oh man, but yeah, so the complete selection stuff for Fiz, it literally comes with all this. Basically everything that you see here, it comes with it's like $530 total, $530 total, or you can get it separately where you just get the time watch separately, and I think that's like $200, and you get the other ones, it's like $300.
I was going to say, hold on. They had the perfect opportunity for that shit to total up to $555.
Hey, maybe tax is $555. Maybe.
Maybe. You know what? Maybe so. Somebody do the math on that.
Maybe after tax.
And if it is fucking based.
Perfect. Got me. I don't know if I'll buy it, but I'm really looking at it circling around like, I don't know. There's a lot, like, here's the weird part about like Kamen Rider belts. There are certain shows that I love. Like Foz is one of them, and I'm really like, is that the one that I want to get this complete selection for, or is there another one I want to get for? So it's like Sophie's choice a little bit of what you want to get the CSM for.
I'm definitely getting that Kabuto belt. You know how long I wanted a fucking Kabuto belt, man? I got motherfucker.
Hey, I'm guessing, are you gonna wear it to work now? Because I would.
Now, if they announce a fucking GAT tag, it's over for me, bro. It's over. Cardboard boxing it up, bro. I'm eating packaged crackers and salt.
hey, my brother, I took him to New York Comic Con and I showed him I think they had the Kamen Rider, the Shin Kamen Rider belt there, and I think that shit was going for like $300, right? And me and him and Julia were joking, and Julia was like, bro, if I pay $300 some odd dollars for a belt, I'm wearing that shit to work every fucking day. just cause.
I mean, why the fuck not? I paid the motherfucking money for it. You don't think I'd be wearing my cosplays to work sometimes because I'd be like, fuck it. Hell yeah, I do.
It's like, I paid $300 for this. You gonna see all of it.
I was like, you think I'm not gonna wear a red velvet coat? You got me fucked up.
Gonna be on the train like, what kind of belt is that? It's a Kamen Rider. Don't worry about it.
And my pants up. Don't even worry about it. 1, 2,
3.
Mind your motherfucking business. Just mind your business.
You want to ride a kick to the face? All right, then.
I ain't think so.
If I'm on the news prime for a rider kicking somebody in the face, you know what happened.
Don't worry. We'll start the crowdfund. We'll get you out, bro. Don't worry about it.
Can you imagine, man, the whole fucking Toku fandom just Kickstarters a fucking bail money for that shit?
Why is CJ in jail? I don't know, man. He's walking the path of heaven. I don't know what to tell you.
Speaking of which, as we mentioned before, Black RX is coming on there, and let me tell you,
Let's go.
they announced this shit. This is how much I was. This is like 1:00 in the morning on a Friday, right? Friday going to Saturday, right? And Discotech just tweeted out like a thread of all their upcoming stuff, and they posted on there, and I was like, no fucking way. No fucking way. And I think I DM'd you about it. You was like, oh my God, yes.
Let's fucking go. Although, to be fair, bro, you didn't have to throw Furbus under the bus there. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you're right.
You had to throw Furbus in. What Furbus do to y'all, bro? Come on, dog. You're right. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I kind of sort of want to get a Masked Rider on DVD just because. I mean, might as well. I mean, you know, it feels you have to, especially since that was the first time we actually got Power Rangers and Kamen Rider before Japan did it.
Right. So I mean, like, look, you can feel some type of way about the show, myself included, because I do.
I never hated it, but I definitely understand the issues. Trust me.
Yeah, I have issues.
We all do.
But like, I don't want it to become like lost media. We just can't ever talk about it. Like, fuck, man, it's whatever, man.
We got Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters on DVD. I know there's hope for a lot of stuff to come back on media. That's why I hold out hope for Mystic Knights of Tyranno. Like, it's gonna happen eventually. I'm holding out hope, but it's gonna happen.
Right. Hopefully so. And I'm gonna need another company other than Shout Factory to re-release Beetleborgs and VR Troopers for your boy.
I need people to understand. My Kamen Rider Black came in last week, and let me tell you, Discotech, they're really making Shout Factory look stupid on their Kamen Rider releases because the amount of extras this bad boy has is
it has extras. That's
it has actual extras. It has actual extras, not no fucking like, oh, here we're talking extras. We're talking interviews and comment like.
Well, also to be fair, like my set is across the room on my shelf here, but so I haven't even had a chance to open mine yet and look through it. But does it come with the 2 movies, or is it just a show?
It's just a show, I believe.
Okay, that's kind of sad.
Is the movies, because I know Sentai has the same issues. Now, is the movies based on like a rights issue kind of thing?
Probably so.
Because Sentai has the same issue with the crossovers, which is why you don't get the crossovers in the movies too. So I'm assuming it's a rights issue from Toei because of how they go about it.
To get the license to one, you got to get them. They break them out separately, like the movie and TV show licenses for rights for both are different.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And I mean, I'm like I said, I'm being devil's advocate, being fair. Like some of the Shout Factory releases have the movies. I mean,
look, I'm happy to get Kuga and 01 and
Ryuki. Now, to be fair, the Ryuki set is missing the theatrical version of the movie, and it doesn't have the 13 rider special. So that means not all 13 Ryuki riders are going to be in the Ryuki set,
and the multiple endings.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the hyper battle video, so you don't see that. I think I talked about it before. It doesn't have the hyper battle, so and that is still missing some content. But missing content is also kind of on brand with Shout. Again, not taking away from the fact that they are still doing the Lord's work, getting the shit out there.
People can see it. It's just like if you got to see those things, you have to kind of hit the 7 C's and try to find them. If you
as we say in the chats, fly the flag of Harlock and do what must be done.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you can find them on YouTube too. Because YouTube sometimes misses those specials because there's a couple of superhero Tyson Z's that's floating around on YouTube and they haven't been getting caught yet, and I'm kind of shocked.
I guess Johnny Toei is like, we'll let this slide until we have to do our worldwide premiere update. Yeah, I know they had dropped like was it the Gavin movie, and they dropped a couple of other Kamen Rider movies, and all of a sudden they started becoming hard in the paint for them shits online.
Yeah. So there's something that happened recently. You remember the Psychopath Power Ranger story that came out a while back?
I'm trying to fucking forget it.
I don't think we did a whole I think we did an episode on Old Man Tommy, but we never did. I think I talked about Psychopath, but we never did.
We talked about it because it ain't shit to make an episode about, man. Fuck that book.
So what happened was the writer of Psychopath basically admitted that he hated doing research.
You don't say.
And hey, I'm putting it up. This is the guy. When I was writing Psychopath, I watched this entire season in 1 week in 43 episodes. And like I read this and I was like, yo, you really like this was agonizing for you? Really? Like, so you just hate, like, it just gives off you hate Power Rangers in a way.
I mean,
So it's like, why were you writing the book?
I was gonna say, I could have told you the majority of the Boom stuff comes off as they fucking hate Power Rangers. Like, I'm not shocked. I'm like, yeah, that tracks. I've seen the work.
But it's just to see this, it's like even if I want to go off the logic, if he wants to try to clean it up and act like, oh, I was just being sarcastic. You sure? Are you sure?
No.
You know, I don't see the sarcasm in this shit because
where's the
like
joke?
Really, yeah, because it's like.
So wait, let me get this straight. You're being sarcastic. You're telling fans of a show for a book that you wrote for that you didn't want to watch the show. You wanted to strangle yourself. Where's the joke? Where's the comedy? Where's the punchline? I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm expecting him to actually write, and I've seen his work, and I'm not asking a whole lot, so I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it shows in the Psychopath because that shit just ignores the fuck out of like what we are like.
And then constructionally speaking, I'm about to get hold on. Spoiler alert, true spoiler.
Yeah. I mean, for a 2-year-old book, Brian, we're good.
No, I'm saying trigger warning. I'm about to get real fucking nasty.
This is why I have you, Prime. You're nice about that. You say trigger warning. I wouldn't trigger warning. I'll just going all in.
I'm about to get fucking vile. So I can tell that he didn't fucking like the show or watch the show based on the characterizations, but I can also tell he has basic fucking trouble with story structure because it's a non-fucking story. Nothing happens. What the? There's no real fucking conflict, and anything that you could come across as a character fucking moment or like, oh, where there's drama, it's the most cliched, hack end, and out of character moments, like fucking Andros's whole fucking arc is to find his sister and be with his sister, right? Yeah. And defend his sister and side, even when she was doing her fucking Darth Vader across the galaxy. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker was still like, I believe my sister, gotta save my sister. So where in any of his actions where he'll all of a sudden go, oh, I can't fuck with you, Corona, I don't agree with this psycho shit. What the?
It was really.
Are you functionally stupid? Like, what the?
That book was wholesale about beefing up the Green Psycho Ranger.
You know, because like I always say, and look, and I fucking hate the fact, because we talked about this before the show started. Like, I hate being right because I'm always right about the bad shit.
I never want to be right. I think both of us never want to be right about this. We love to be proven wrong on this. We love to be proven wrong.
How many times have I said the fucking Boom comic books are Power Ranger comic books by people who don't like Power Rangers, and time after time after time, unprovoked, unwarranted, they let us know that I'm right. Cut my fucking check.
Cut the check. Because, I mean, the Psychopath really was like the entry point for like, oh, you like the Green Psycho Ranger? All right, cool. We're going to give him a extended story. All right.
They said no one.
All right, fine. And then like you revised the history of the Psycho Rangers and kind of made them anti-heroes. Why? Because they were fucking evil. Like,
so I'm like,
we were fine with them being evil. That was what made them cool. Like they were evil.
Who the fuck was sitting around at Boom Studio going, you know who needs a redemption story? The Psycho Rangers. you know, the team famous for being the only evil team of Power Rangers that stayed evil. Yeah, they have to be anti-heroes. Let's have them on a spaceship, traveling adventures, watching movies, having a quirky fun. If you don't want to write Power Rangers, go write your fucking Netflix screenplay somewhere the fuck else. Like, who's homeboy who went through that fucking book, Radiant Black, and look like he's having fun because it's like some shitty action he cares about.
Yeah, Wiggins.
Yeah. Looks like that's some shitty action.
He got a world going. He has Radiant Black, and I think there's like 2 other books that spun off of that, and it's been successful.
Good for him. I'll never read it, but it's like he's having a fucking blast. So go do more of that shit. Like, if you don't want to work in an IP that you clearly despise, clearly don't like, you clearly think is beneath you, like, you are not entitled to have a job just because you fucking want one. Like, you are not entitled to my money just because you work on the fucking IP that I happen to like. Like, give a fuck. Again, CJ, my bar at this point is just to give a fuck.
Yeah,
just give a fuck. Just care. Just care.
That's it.
And y'all fucking don't. And you fucking. And then what also sets me the fuck off my path is that there are motherfuckers again who white knight and bootlick for this shit. It's like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, would you have there be no Power Ranger comic books? Yes. I'd rather there be none at all than have.
And like what I see right now in the comics, it's interesting so far, and I'm curious on these new writers. I am curious, and some of the new stuff before these new writers came on have been like up and down, hit and miss. Some of it's been good, some of it's been like, and it is what it is, kind of thing, especially after Go-Go was done.
I'm forever. But I think, like I said, I think that's one of my Joker origin points. Like, the minute they canceled the actual good book, like, I stay on this hill every day. Like, Go-Go was like the only good comic book they were putting out because it actually felt like a fucking Power Ranger comic book, and because it was doing the things that I felt that the main series should have been doing. It's just telling character stories or doing like some more work to flesh out the team a little bit. Ambiguous continuity aside, but like just do some like fun story, strengthen the characters, show the bonds, like. And I say without hesitation, like, Go-Go Power Rangers was not just only a good Power Ranger comic book, it was just a good superhero comic book. It was just a good comic book. And they chose to cancel their shit to not just double, triple down on their fucking original characters. Do not steal fucking straight from DeviantArt. Go fuck yourself.
And the thing of it is, like, there are certain things in this new book. Like I said, I like certain ideas that they're going for, and that's why I'm kind of like optimistic a bit on the new writers, and hopefully they keep going, because it is expanding on certain things that happen in space that we were only lip serviced on. So I'm like, all right, cool. You got something here that you're like working off of.
You're a better person than me, because I feel like whenever I talk about like I don't really like the books, and they're like, well, they're expanding the lore and answering questions, and I'm like, one, they're answering questions I don't need answered.
True.
And two, the stuff they added to the lore contradicts the show, or it's just piss fucking poor or generic. Like, I'm good.
Or the execution is like not hitting to where it could have been. Like,
right. I'm just like, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm super good.
But speaking of which, 25th anniversary of Power Rangers in space. This is one of those moments, we always have people that make the statement of you had to be there. You weren't out in the streets when this is happening. Power Rangers in space was definitely one of those moments you had to be there.
Oh, no doubt.
Like,
you understand? Power Rangers is fucking done. It was over.
Like we talked about it on the Power Rangers Turbo episode. Like, if you were sticking with Power Rangers during Turbo, it was like the equivalent. I mean, it's not as drastic, but it was like the equivalent of sticking with WCW till Vince McMahon bought it, where you just wrote it out.
That's about right. You about right.
It was like, I'm sticking with WCW to the end, and that's how it was with Turbo, where it's like a lot of people got on board, and I do still stick by the fact that the second half of Turbo got better when TJ and them got on, but like a lot of people were just like, yo, fuck Power Rangers, straight up and down. So like when In Space came out, it was very intriguing, because the end of Turbo was literally like, yo, the Power Rangers lost their powers. Divatox fucking won. Like, fuck the shit with Rita and them blowing up the command center, and they kind of mulliganed, and the command center came back together and shit. Like, Divatox won that shit. Full stop. And like the Rangers was like, well, what do we do? Well, I guess we gotta go into space to save Zordon, and Justin stays behind, and you're like, well, fuck, what's gonna happen? And then boom, you get the In Space preview, and first episode, we see Andros infiltrating the party, and you're like, oh shit, what is this? And Power Rangers in Space, that was the season that saved Power Rangers. Because much like we talk about how RPM was the season where Disney didn't give a fuck until like they were like, hold on, how much money did we spend? No. Back that up. In space, they went all in on the budget. They were just like, fuck it. If this is the last season, we're gonna go all in on this shit.
Right. And ratings, let's just say, improved.
I mean, look, the Turtles Power Ranger crossover itself was like ridiculous. I wasn't a fan of the Next Mutation, but that was like, yo, Power Rangers Turtles, goddamn, sign me up.
And because we're at the end there. We're at the end point when they're like, well, let's just fucking throw it at the wall, see what sticks.
I mean, yeah. I mean, talk about, look, we talk about a lot of Saban, but when Saban did a crossover, he made sure to do it. I mean, like I said, the Masked Rider Power Ranger shit was fire, and then boom, we get Turtles Power Rangers, and we're like, holy fuck, I didn't think this could be a thing, and it happened.
Because we was like I say, it was out, they were done. The show was canceled. They were like, this is the last season, y'all. Wrap it up.
They went all in, and the season went the way it went. We got probably, like we talked about before, probably the best like evil Rangers in the thing that's in Power Rangers for years, which was the Psycho Rangers, and it wasn't no like 5-episode arc. This was like, didn't it span like 10 episodes, maybe 12?
I think it might have been like like 6 or 8, maybe.
I know it felt like it was longer than that for some real reason. Well, no, because you know why? Because I count the Ghost Psycho Ranger episode.
That's fair. It wasn't part of the arc, but that counts.
Yeah, that was kind of a very surreal episode in a way, because it's like, oh shit, they put the data disc in. Oh shit, but like that was the season they went all in, and then by the time the end of the episode, somebody was like, "Hey, so we're bringing back Power Rangers, right?" And Saban was like, "I thought we were canceled."
They're like, "You got it? You see these numbers, nigga? You got any more of that Power Ranger shit?"
Then they pulled the semi-mulligan and was like, Lost Galaxy. It picks up after In Space, and it's like, fuck. It's like the epilogue to the Zordon era in a way. So
Do you know? And I'm still thinking about Boom Comics. So do you know how many stories they are leaving on the table by like diving in doing their fucking OC shit? Like, what I want to see? I want to see Countdown Destruction from Leo's point of view, since he was fucking there.
Apparently, I mean, he was one of many people that was fighting grunts on the ground with everybody else. I guess Earth was on some Avatar. We don't have any more resources tip apparently. So
I mean, whatever, dog. Whatever.
But no, In Space was definitely like, yeah, man, that was a moment, because it felt like for a lot of us that stuck with Power Rangers, it felt rewarding, because it's like, hey, you stuck out with Power Rangers when we were at our downtime. Here's Power Rangers when it's on its upswing, and then boom, we got In Space, and a lot of characters got a lot of character arcs and stuff, and it was great. And I love it, still love it, and yeah, if you can, like I said, I think the whole season's on YouTube, actually, on the official Power Rangers channel. So yeah, I would definitely check it out if you can. And it birthed probably one of the best episodes ever, with Adam going raw with the morpher to morph.
I mean, to say In Space birthed some of the best episodes, I mean, you can just hit a penny, toss a penny and hit one. In Space is GOAT. His legacy remains firmly in the fan base and the franchise. He did a lot of work.
Very firm. Did I miss anything else? I mean, other than the whole Once a Ranger thing, which we talked about last episode. I'm trying to think if there's anything new that came up.
So are we gonna address the Kuga manga, or is that something that we're just not gonna?
So the Kuga manga, I think how many issues came out? How many? Well, actually, volumes. Two volumes came out.
2 volumes.
The 2 volumes came out, and there was some issues with it, because when they initially announced the Kuga volumes, they came out with what's the word they were saying? It was like there was a version of it that they were showing for the public of what the translations was going to be, and it was like, oh shit, this is going to be perfect translations for the Kuga manga, and it got everybody all hype. And then the Kuga manga came out, and them translations were utter shit.
Complete trash.
Like, and this is not people just exaggerating it. It's like people coming out with screenshots of the manga, like, yo, what the fuck is this shit?
I have to say, it's not just like, oh, I don't agree how they translated this. No, like it's the dialogue was stilted. It felt like it went through fucking Google Translate.
I think it was Google Translate, sir, at this stage.
And then fucking Titan, they was like, oh, we had a team, we had a humans who translated. And I'm like, you think saying you had people? Like, I'm pretty sure this shit was machine translated.
That was AI
And if
translated.
if it
That was
wasn't
AI translated.
And if it wasn't, it makes you look even fucking worse, because you mean to tell me human eyes looked at this? You mean to tell me editors looked at this shit and y'all went, yeah, that's good for public consumption?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? And then to make it so worse, so everyone's calling out, they're pointing that shit out. And like, I have the first 2 volumes. I read the first volume, and it's pretty fucking bad. But also, full transparency, sometimes when I read the mangas, sometimes when I read manga, I just kind of like, auto edit that shit in my head anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't agree with a lot of the translations. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. But like, yeah, the first volume was pretty fucking rough. The second volume, I got it, I cracked it open, I thumbed through it, and I put that on the shelf. And I said, you know what? You can eat a bag. You can kick rocks. And they came out with a statement being all defensive about it. And then the writer,
as companies do,
as they do, pretty much saying like, oh, we have a quality product, we stand by it. They're like, they double down on it. And then the writer of the 01 comic came out in defense of the company. And when I say they were beating his ass in the quote tweets, man, they told that motherfucker a new.
He deserved every bit of it.
I was just gonna say, he earned every inch of that ass whooping.
He deserved that shit. I'm like, bruh, nah.
Because like, first of all, you coming out bootlicking. Did your ass watch 01? You worse than the motherfucker writing the Psycho's path. Like, just wholly out of character.
All you had to do was sit in your corner and shut the fuck up. Now you want a Summer Jam screen.
I was gonna say what we always say, CJ. Shutting the fuck up is free.
It's free. That's all you had to do. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You had to jump in and say shit.
So isn't there another company coming in and basically correcting this issue?
No. So after getting dragged on Twitter for days, and after the mainstream media, because at first they're telling us to be pretty much like, suck shit, tough shit, fuck it up, buttercup, y'all good. So then when the mainstream media started picking it up and people were talking about it, then Titan was like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't live up to our standards, so we're gonna do better. We're gonna re-release volumes 1 and 2. Note I said they're gonna re-release volume 1 and 2. They're not offering an exchange or refunds. You're not getting that shit. No, what the fuck? Pay me, bitch. We're gonna re-release 1 and 2, and we're gonna work hard to make sure the translations are better, and future volumes and blah blah boozy bullshit. We're the fucking South Park. We're sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry. And I'm just, I'm tired, CJ. Like, you know how pro consumer I am.
Wow. Meanwhile,
how pro customer I am. So when I see shit like this, it affects my body chemistry. I'll just say that.
Apparently, Supro is pretty much at an endpoint on the Ultraman releases. Apparently,
yeah. As a matter of fact, it's easier.
I'm shocked. It is very quick at this point. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Are we really at that point where we're at the end of this?
It's actually easier to say what shows they haven't released yet, because the list is very short.
Yeah, this is very short because a lot of it is obscure stuff that probably has to go through a lot of rights issues. Because dude, they came out with Ultraman Kids on DVD. Yeah. That's insane. That is insane.
Hold on, bro. I got the list right here because I keep track. Hold on. So right now, the only things that we do not have from them are Ultraman USA, Ultraman Great, Ultraman Powered, Ultra Q Dark Fantasy, Ultra 7X, Ultraman Rezetsudan, I think Orb the Chronicle, a couple of the Chronicle shows. The Netflix show doesn't have a physical release, and we don't have Taiga, Z, Trigger, or Decker, or any of the Ultra Galaxy, the new generation Ultra Galaxy fights.
Oh, okay. Huh. Actually, it is pretty short.
If I'm missing one, please forgive me. I probably need to update my list, but that's what I have on my side. So, the Ultraman agenda, baby. Please believe.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for, I guess, the final season of Ultraman on Netflix?
I did. Now I hope I'm gonna like this season a little more than
Season
I
2
liked
felt very
season 2.
short.
Because they cut out a bunch of shit from the manga. They were, I guess, I won't even say truncated because like they skipped over whole swaths.
Oh, yes, they did.
Um, so I'm really interested to see how season 3 is gonna play out, especially with all the shit they cut out and skipped over. So we'll see, I guess.
I mean, this Ultraman experiment on Netflix has been interesting to say the least.
Now we also still have that CGI movie they're talking about coming out with that's not related to this. It's its
Yeah,
own like separate original story.
yeah.
Um, so we'll see, I guess.
Oh, I didn't put this on Twitter, but I did go to the Phantom event and saw Shin Ultraman.
I did too.
Quite enjoyed it. It did a good balance of, keeping in the spirit of what Shin Godzilla was, but still keeping the whimsical Ultraman spirit intact. It's a good, healthy balance, at least to me,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. I had maybe some minor problems, or maybe mention that I would love for us to talk about in a full episode, maybe one day.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
but I definitely say it's worth checking out just to see for yourself, and also for the person in the chat asking about Kamen Rider Hibiki. We should probably do an episode about Hibiki.
Yes, we definitely should. I think I seen bits and pieces of Hibiki. I enjoyed it enough, but I definitely need to like kind of watch it from the beginning to really
And
get the full focus of it and stuff. I think Hibiki out of that whole era of Kamen Rider that came out, that was the one that I kind of missed the boat on a little bit. So
And I'll be open to rewatching Hibiki. I know I talk about this a lot on Twitter, but like one of my main sticking points is like I didn't mind the OP change like a lot of people do, like a lot of
mhm,
people did.
yeah.
But one thing that just kind of just irked the fuck out of me is at the end. Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old, 20-year-old show. It kind of irked the hell out of me at the end where they're fighting the Makamo,
Yeah.
and it's like this big ass battle, like it's fucking Armageddon,
Yeah.
and we don't get to see the fight, and it cuts away and it does a time jump, and I have never been so fucking mad in a TV show in my fuck. I sorry for the
So
spoilers, CJ,
I need to watch that now just to be like, let's see what happens.
but I was so fucking bad, and I also didn't like how they did my boy Hibiki kind of in the second half. And I don't know, was it the writer change or was it the Japanese soccer moms told him to tone down? But like his personality kind of changes a little bit in the second. Because like, okay, so in the beginning of the show, Hibiki, I don't want to say he's not like Goku because he's a simple man,
Mhm.
but he's not simple minded. You know what I mean? Like he's kind
Yeah.
of a minimalist. Like he's a kind of humble, down to earth kind of guy.
Yeah.
And in the second half, I think they translated to like he's simple minded, and like he's not dumb. Like like kind of second half, he's kind of come off as like a simpleton,
Yeah.
and I'm like it's not the same thing, you know. Anyway, so
Yeah. Shin Ultraman is actually coming out on DVD in the spring, so that's actually good. Cleopatra Entertainment is the one that's they got the rights to it. So I'm actually I'm definitely gonna buy that bad boy on Blu-ray.
oh, of course, gotta support the Ultraman agenda.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question, homeboy, we're gonna Raphael, we're eventually gonna probably have to do a Hibiki episode.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I enjoyed aspects of it because it's definitely different than the typical Kamen Rider episode, Kamen Rider seasons that came before it, and even the ones that came after it and stuff.
Yeah, now I will say I really missed the tone the first couple of episodes, early episodes had, where it's kind of like it was a little more like Amazon, the original Amazon, where Hibiki was kind of like, you know, really bestial, and you know, anyway, you'll see when
Yeah.
you watch the show. You'll see when you watch the show.
But yeah, like I said, yeah, like I said, I think us as Toku fans, we're definitely eating, and that's with respect to the critiques that we have of it. But at the same time, it's like, damn, like we've really reached the end of the Ultraman. I never thought that was actually going to happen, but
And look, like I said, it's gotten so bad where they're doing like greatest hits DVDs now. I think they're doing one that has like, here's one with all the Red King episodes that we have. We're gonna do kaiju battle sets that has the appearance of Red King from different shows. And I know I said this when we first announced it, when I was like, oh, we're gonna be doing the sets, and I had said on Twitter, I'm gonna buy every single one to show support until they stop. And these niggas said, I'll take you up on that, bro.
challenge accepted.
They were like, word, son, you gonna buy every single one? Even the fucking I even bought the special Ultraman Day DVDs that should have just been special features
Yeah.
on. I bought those. I even bought those because I said I was gonna buy every single one,
Mhm.
and I'm a man of my word. I wish I wasn't though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, um, oh man, you know what? Before we get into Kamen Rider Black Sun, I'm kind of curious because like I completely lost track of the Power Ranger DVDs because like right after the Shout Factory sets that stopped at RPM, like I don't even know if there was like box sets for Samurai, Megaforce, Dino Charge, Ninja
there
Steel.
wasn't box sets. Well, I guess they technically were. There were like little season sets, but they never came out together. And I think they stopped at, I want to say Supercharged, Dino Supercharged. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like they didn't.
Hmm. Hold up, what do you say? I know not to sound like I know, but they're kind of talking about. But how did I just have a problem with that? They actually marketed Hibiki and age range. I probably wouldn't have been interested. Yeah,
That's probably true. That's probably
yeah,
true.
definitely true. But yeah, that's kind of weird because it's just like Raft RPM. It's like, so we're not doing any more Power Ranger DVDs. I mean,
No, they did a couple. Yeah, they did. I'm gonna say they did up to Super Mega Force. Maybe Ninja Steel. Maybe. But like it's. Hold on, let me look this shit up
because
because I know.
even if I'm not a fan of Ninja Steel, it's like I like to own the episodes just for
Yeah, I would like to.
physical
Yeah,
media.
would like to have the physical media if possible. Now let me not get sidetracked buying video games. Hold on. Hold on. Because I showed just added it to my cart. Hold on.
Why am I not surprised? Why
I
am I
mean,
not surprised?
that's what I thought. Yeah, they did some volume sets, but I don't think they did a full season. I'm like, is this the whole show? This actually might be the whole show that came out individually. Never mind. But it doesn't look like it's Super Ninja Steel. Let me see. Oh well, yeah, they did a complete season for Super. I'm not. Well, you know what? I probably would buy this just for the crossover. There's a crossover on here.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll drop it in the chat for you, homie.
All right. So let's get into it. Kamen Rider Black Sun. A show that the initial teaser trailers and all that stuff gave us a bit of a pause because when they put out the initial pictures of Shadow Moon and Black, it was like, all right, it's an interesting take on the suits. Very interesting. All right, cool. Teaser came out and off rip immediately. I think it was either you or somebody else that mentioned the act of, so we're doing Black Lives Matter, but with the monsters.
That might have been me.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing that I said when I saw it. And I said,
This could either go good or bad.
I had some trepidation. And like I said, now having watched the complete show, I'm proud to report that I was completely right. I was completely justified. I was completely correct in my feelings.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, okay. So this is part of the anniversary year for Kamen Rider, celebrating the
50-year anniversary. Yep.
So it was one of the projects. It was this, Revice, and Shin Kamen Rider,
Yep.
which commemorating the franchise.
Yeah.
And so Black Sun is a modern reinterpretation of the original Kamen Rider Showa era Kamen Rider Black.
There you go. It's interpretation's an understatement because it really just goes off.
And I mean, like, look, okay, so it's and it's air quotes adult oriented or adult aimed show.
Think Kamen Rider Amazons and Kamen Rider the First, and
I just want to say, to be fair, like, we had our feelings about Amazons, right? But overall, we felt kind of like mixed bag. Your results may vary.
Yeah, but if it what Amazons was though, it's like, all right, that's Amazon.
But with Amazons, in my head, I can kind of like, I divorced it from Amazon because it had radically departed so wildly from Amazon. So like I could see them kind of as two separate things.
Yeah.
This show, however, because it takes a lot of elements from Black, and I don't know if you finished watching all of Black yet.
No,
But
no, no. Like I said, I only saw the first 5 episodes, but it's
they took
way off reservation.
they took a lot of elements from Black, and they remixed them in such a I'll just be generous and say a confounding way that I can't help but draw the comparisons, and I can't separate the two when I think about them and talk about them. And like I said on Twitter, like after I had finished watching Black Sun, like I immediately went back and I rewatched Kamen Rider Black, and I gotta say that rewatch hit way fucking different after Black, bro.
I got halfway through Black Sun and I was like, "Oh, we definitely not getting a sequel for like Black Sun RX. That is
It's
not
gonna be
happening.
Black Sun.
That
And
is
so,
not
like,
happening."
and you know what? Like, it's commendable. You know what they're trying to do. Like, I can understand, like, social conscious storytelling. I can totally understand that. But it's Japan doing a race story. And
Man doesn't have a good history on trying to
no,
do race relation
no.
stories.
And let's just, I'm just gonna put it all on my table here. And let's just completely ignore the fact that Black Sun is a Nazi symbol. Hey, hey, look. I'll just rip the band-aid off right now. I feel like, so a Black Sun is a Nazi symbol, and the plot dealing with eugenics and government. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's just put it on the table somewhere. All like, I feel like that wasn't a coincidence. It's all I'm fucking saying. It's just it's like, I feel like.
I mean, look. You say it's all. So we talk about this symbol on his chest. This is Nazi symbol, right?
Hold on. No. That's the Black Sun. That's what I'm talking about. No, have you never seen the Black Sun?
No, I didn't see the Black. Hold on.
No, I mean the Black Sun. Hold on. Hold on.
No, I never seen the Black Sun. Because you think I was like, did I miss something in the show? Like, damn.
No.
Like,
that's just the Golgum Black symbol from the original show. No, I'm talking about like there's a symbol called the Black Sun. It's check the paper chat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
about. Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
I mean, so like, and then like the plot with eugenics, and I'm like, so I'm not crazy. So you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, it's so the whole basis of Kamen Rider Black Sun is basically the Creation King was the guy that made the Kaijins. And essentially by the end of his life, he has to select somebody that's going to be the new Century King that's going to inherit his powers. And you have 2 guys, Kotaru and
Nobuhiko.
Nobuhiko, who end up being experimented on. Kotaru ends up becoming Black Sun, and Nobuhiko ends up being Shadow Moon. And Kotaro basically kind of during the process and stuff, we see, because the show goes into like modern and then flashbacks and stuff. They were initially trained together and stuff before Kotaro decided, yeah, this isn't right. And he tries to go at the Creation King and he gets, fucked up by the Creation King.
Hold on, and then this fucking show, it fucking does, it does that fucking thing that I hate in media, or that I hate in, modern media. My least favorite trope. It's a girl, so fuck my calls and all involved.
Well, Aoi.
No, not her, the chick from the flashback chick, like, who was like double dealing when she was like flirting with Nobuhiko, and then was coming up on Kotaro going, yo man, we gotta kill the Century King.
Yeah, no, right?
Don't tell your brother though. And he's like, pussy say I gotta do it. Pussy say I gotta do what the pussy say, so I gotta do it. I gotta do it. It's a girl. Fuck my calls and everybody involved.
Got his leg fucked up in the process too.
I mean, bro.
And my man with the what the fuck was the name of that sword? God damn it. Was it the Hell Sword? Was it the Hell?
Oh, the Satan Saber?
Yeah, the Satan Saber and stuff got fucked up by that too and shit, because he's basically the guy that's supposed to be protecting because the Satan Saber is essentially supposed to be the protector of the Century King until one of them inherits it and stuff. But like you said, it's like, so this woman told you to do this instead of you wanted to do it on your own.
And so also here's also my thing. Here's also a thing. Here's also why I hate the kaiju as a race metaphor. So okay, I'll let you cook. I'll let you have that. Sure. Okay, we'll start there. So
discrimination. Gotcha.
Discrimination. Okay, sure, whatever. So the reason this kind of falls apart is that the kaiju aren't naturally born. They're kind of like Ultimate X-Men, where they're lab grown.
Yeah, lab grown.
So that metaphor kind of falls apart there, and they don't really, most people don't have a choice in that, and it's like, some people select to be kaiju, some people elect to select to be kaiju, which, to be fair, was also a plot point in Kamen Rider Black, because that's one of the things that Gokum offered people to get power and prestige. Like, we'll make you one of our immortalish.
There's one character
cyborg,
and there's one character in Black Sun that was like, yo, I want to be, a cricket, kaijin and stuff. And I think at the end he ends up becoming a
well, we're gonna get to Oliver Jones. We're gonna get.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm jumping ahead.
I was gonna say there is so much to unpack going on here. And so let's take it's a discrimination thing. So my thing about it is, okay, that's cool, you can have it. So you one of your main characters, Ioi, talks about harmony amongst the races and the peoples, and
she's very much in the middle, like, kumbaya.
We don't want everyone to get along. That's fine. That's cool. So the title character, what's his end goal? His end goal is to eradicate the minority and make sure no more of them are ever born. Okay, Japan. Tell me how you really feel.
It's like a Holocaust, Schindler's List with kaijin and shit. Like, goddamn.
I'm just like, okay, shit. But then also just like the fact that, like, they're not born. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I crazy? Like,
they're literally people that get kidnapped and forced into being kaijin. It's not like they just like, hey, I want to be. No, like,
right. It's fucked
like, up. Like, and it's literally like what happens is like the government is like, well, how the fuck did this happen? And it was assumed that these were just people born into it.
No,
and they kept it quelched for something, because what happened was they kept the whole thing of them being experimental on a quelched. The government didn't know about it. I think it was only like a handful of people that knew, but they kept that shit quelched.
And was profiting off them because they were using it as like weapons programs and shit. So like, also get like, just like dude, this metaphor is so fucked. Like, it is so terrible. Like,
man,
like, I feel like this show actively hates you. Like, it doesn't want you to engage with it. It's like, if you don't think about it past the surface level, which the message is like, live together in tolerance, but like the way that it ends, the way that it goes about delivering this message,
like kids making bombs and
bro
fighting. I'm like, what?
So, and I'm like, well, that's one way to do the Kamen Rider core, the Kamen Rider Kids core from the original show. That's one way to do it. And so, like, the way that it ends with the fucking George Floyd fucking
bro. I had to pause. I was like,
took my glasses off.
Whoa.
And I was like, because I had to stop and I had to rewind. I'm like, I know I didn't just see what I thought I saw.
Bruh.
I know.
When that kaiju said, I can't breathe, I was like, no fucking way.
I was like, I know they didn't. I fucking know they did not. They fucking did. And then the show ends with a kid being bullied. And Aoi, who's had her full fucking mask off, naked snake moment, goes to recruit that man for Diamond Dogs.
Oh, by the way, Aoi has a fucking henshin device out the fucking blue. Don't know where the fucking
out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck?
Where did this come from?
And then look, I'm so fucking mad about that shit. Because, like, if you're gonna do it, fucking do it, because she pretty much sidelined Kotaro and made him a fucking passenger in his own fucking show. You know, I have a saying. I think I said this last episode, and I think I said this on Comic Book Corner. Nigga, if your name is in the title, you can have all the cool characters around you all you want. But if your name is the title, you gotta have King Dingling moments.
Yo, how is it? I want folks to understand this. The last episode of Black Sun literally is the opening to Kamen Rider Black, and it's dope as fuck.
No, it's not, because they did not earn that. I was so mad when I
say it's dope as fuck, but respect.
Functionally, it looked fine, but that moment, you did not earn that. How dare you recreate this? How dare you?
Like, he has the revised suit and stuff, the symbol and stuff, and then, like you said, all of a sudden, like, he beats Nogaharu, and then boom, like, Aoi comes out of nowhere and henshins, and I'm like, hold on. I know she got transformed into a mantis, but where did she get the device from here?
That's what I'm saying. If if you're gonna go to like, why didn't you give her a rider form? If you're gonna go the whole hog, go all the fucking way.
Nah.
Go all the. If you're gonna invent her and not use the supporting characters that were from the show and invent her. And by the way, if you're gonna do kaiju rights activists, so like here's where I completely checked out the show. You know that scene when they're in that restaurant, and she's with Oliver Johnson Jr. Is his name Oliver Johnson Jr.? Anyway, with the black dude.
Yeah.
And the bird kaiju comes into the restaurant or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the restaurant owner is like, we don't serve your kind here. And it's being just mad racist, just being
hella racist.
Super being good old boy level racist. So Aoi stands up and she, you know, is a good ally. She makes a scene and go, well, I don't want to eat in this racist fucking place anyway. And like she stands off to leave. CJ, not one episode later, she was back in that motherfucker eating. And I was like, are you fucking for real?
So we just ignore the fact that you just said
you
you're
just
not
pretend
eating
you're not going, but you going. So like I said,
she pulled a white person thing where it's like, hey, I'm supporting black people, and then I'm turning back around and come back.
Right, her ass was right back, and they didn't even try to like, you know, because I understand y'all on the island, y'all got a tight budget. There's only so many places you can film. You got a tight schedule. I understand all this shit. Look, making TV shows, that shit is hard. That shit is hard work. God bless you doing it. But like, you mean to tell me you motherfuckers couldn't even redress the set? Like you couldn't shoot in like a different corner? Her ass was sitting in the same exact fucking table when homeboy was being mad fucking racist to her bird friend. I'm like, you couldn't even have her sit on the other side of the goddamn camera? You couldn't pretend that was a different restaurant? Come on, man.
They didn't try
But then when I saw that, I went, you know what? I think maybe they know what's up. Maybe all this shit's intentional. Maybe they're letting us know it's all bull. You know what? Maybe they're onto something here.
Fucking Oliver Johnson get fucking beat to death because he was holding the fucking Kingstone and shit. I was like, damn, really? Like, just
bro, why would he put one in his kid's mouth and leave his kid in the room?
It's like have the kid run off in the woods or something. Like, nah, keep him in the church. Don't have him
keep him in the church. They're not gonna search my strangely mute son. The fuck? They're willing to kill for this thing. Well, they obviously won't kill children because children are the future. I mean,
yo, this man lied to this guy that has a devil sword to his throat. It's like, why are you lying to him? Just tell him that you put the Kingstone in your boy's mouth.
Or just not be so easily found with your kaiju underground railroad. Like, I don't know.
Prime, don't say that. Don't say that, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, so he has a kaiju underground railroad because black.
Remember Oliver Johnson? Could we not though? Could we forget?
Hey, Prime, for a second, I was like, is he black? Oh shit, he is black. God damn! Like, all right, cool, and he gets beat to death. Damn.
As we do. as we are sometimes,
I thought for a second, all right, he got beat up, but he'll still be alive, and he's dead. Fuck.
And my thing about this shit is like, there is so much going on that they could have done in the show when you didn't need the race element. You know what I mean? Like, because they take Golem, and instead of making Golem a fucking cult that worships monsters, they make them like a political movement, like or I guess a different kind of cult, I guess then, where they're trying to maneuver position. They talk about a good shit about no, we want equality for kaiju and shit, but it's really just they just want power for themselves.
Yeah, this is like power. That's all. It's just
right,
power
and it's
shit.
like there's a lot of material there that you can mine structurally and thematically to do, like corruption in government, or power corrupts absolutely and all that shit, or how you can start off with lofty ideas and how the system grinds and turns you and spits you out, kind of like how they did in the fucking Wire. Like, there's a lot of shit you can do there without the stupid ass race allegory. Like, what the fuck?
And then by the end, it's like, so we only got one person left from the Gorgon party, and she's kind of like SOL because there's no Century King, so no more new kaiju. But they did,
and no more Heat Heaven. No, and also, what was the point? What was the fucking point of the Heat Heaven thing when it was like, oh yeah, we ground down people and make them our food source here, them keep us young. And so you could also have a class thing, like kind of like an Elysium, or what's that fucking movie? Fuck. Anyway, you have like a
Elysium
class thing.
Elysium is probably like the better correlation easily.
Yeah. So you can do some shit like that. It's like where you can have like the kaiju haves and the kaijus don't have like
The
or
haves and
like
have-nots.
or what if the costs are for our progress of what cost do we make? Like we're literally turning other people into our food source, like literally grinding people down for fuel for our empire. You could have done so much, and they chose to ignore all of that.
And I was kind of irked a little bit because Nobuhiku kind of like heel turning in like the last two episodes just came like it was a hard turn instead of a
You know what?
gradual turn.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree. I think Nobuhiko was like one of the better handled characters. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the show should have been called fucking Kamen Rider Shadow Moon.
Yo, he was. You know what? Yes, because it was kind of like this is supposed to be Kamen Rider Black, but I'm kind of sort of rooting for Nobuhiko
Because
to a degree.
he was getting all the character development and like you can see the moment where it snapped. And another thing I like about this show, or one thing I like, because it's so few. I'm trying to find some nuggets here.
It's 9 episodes, 10 episodes, folks. So it goes by like boom, 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 boom.
No, it does not. That shit drags on so long.
The first 3 episodes.
Man.
The first 3 episodes drag, and then all of a sudden it finally starts like, all right, you're getting into a groove of sorts. Granted, it should have just been 8 episodes. That's just
should have been 6. I wanted to claw my eyes out, bro. I was like, fuck y'all dragging this shit out.
Gotta get the dramatics out here. Jeff Bezos was like, yo, give me 10 episodes.
I'm like, damn, man. So his heel turn kind of makes sense. But one thing that I felt it makes sense. But one thing that I really like about this versus the original Black, it's like very few things. But I like that, unlike in the original, like he retains his sense of self. Like everything he does is his choice based on his experiences and things that happen to him.
Yep.
Whereas,
that's even with him being kidnapped and chained up and stuff. He still kind of retained it.
Yeah. But where in the original, like it's pretty obvious that Nobuhiko had his mind fucking fucked up by Gogum, and that's not really him as Shadow Moon. So much so that he doesn't de-transform the moment he fucking wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does like maybe once or twice, but like
twice total from what I heard.
Yeah, he is Shadow Moon for the majority of that show. So I like this. Yeah. So I like this version where it's like, nah, this is his choice. He has some agency in his story, a little more agency.
Yeah. Man, it's. I'll say this though. I think we talked about it with the toy line and stuff. I did enjoy the design work of it and stuff because I like the fact that this is the first form of it is just this, right? And at first I was like, well, hold on, I thought they and then I think what was it? Was it episode 4 or 5 he did the transfer?
Yeah, right when he fought Bigger the skull dude.
Yeah, he did the transformation. I was like, oh, okay, so that makes total sense.
And look, like the production and music, them motherfuckers deserve A+. All that shit was hidden. All that shit was slapping.
The dramatics and all that stuff is pinpoint perfect.
The fucking like that piano score they had, where when they do like the train, like that shit is haunting. The music is so good in this show.
Visuals are still pretty good when it's
the suit design is great. When they actually did action scenes, the action scenes are pretty fucking good. When they actually did some, when we got around to doing them in our action adventure show, go fucking figure.
Well, get past the dramatics and it's like, oh shit, we're really about Karate Bugman. Get them transformed. Let's go.
Like I said, some of the suit work, like oh my gosh, when Shadow Moon punched the shit out of that Thorn
lady.
Oh my god, like fuck.
Hey, I will say this, like I get very squeamish a little bit when they do like a lot of the body horror stuff. And like, look, when you watch like Kamen Rider Black and Black RX and even a lot of Showa, because all the Showa era Kamen Riders is really about people getting experimented on. They turn into half cyborg, half human Kamen Riders, basically. So like the experimentations on them and stuff, it is very like body horror to a degree.
Yeah,
and they really
love to see it.
And they amp it up big time in Black Sun, where it's like, ooh, fuck, yeah, damn, like this is archaic as shit. These motherfuckers are alive. They don't even believe in fucking putting them to sleep. It's like, nah, nigga, you alive. We're gonna fucking experiment on you and shit. I'm like, yo.
But also back to your point about how he got to his second form and transform, CJ. How did he know? Where did that come from? How did that happen? Because what the fuck?
Inner strength, I guess.
I mean, was that his burning justice? I guess.
I mean, Nobuhiko was very surprised. Like, when the fuck did he do this?
Like he was like, "Oh, we can do that.
We
Oh, bet."
everybody was, because everybody was like, hold on, whoa. When did this happen?
Like that's a feature. Maybe he read the back of the box.
It did like he rips off his legs and it transforms into a sword and it's like permanently off, which I thought was an actually interesting touch.
Great touch, great detail. So, because I was wondering when he did this, I was like, is it gonna regenerate back? Oh no, it's not.
No,
It's
stays
gone.
off. Stays off. Same with Shadow Moon. Like when he ripped his off when he was fighting old girl, like that was off. That was it. Like they really went all in on body horror. But like I said, I did like the transformation. Like you said, the fights when it happened. It's interesting when I look at this because like if the average person happens to see this on Amazon Prime and they're watching it, I feel
don't.
I feel there's gonna be a lot of folks that are gonna like look at the shit with the kaiju at the protest and see it as very hokey. And there is like, I ain't gonna lie, the visuals of some of the kaiju at the thing, it is very hokey. And I don't like saying that because look, we both watch Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, so we can deal with the hokey stuff. But like the average person that sees this, they're gonna be like, the hell is this? Like, well, in a way.
I kind of had the opposite because I had some people, I've seen people on Facebook or whatever who was let's say not necessarily would watch these type of shows, and they're like, "Oh, well, I can kind of get into this. I wish they were all like this." No, you don't. No, you don't. No.
I think this is like the case of what we talked about with like, because you know what, good comparison would be like Shin Ultraman. Shin Ultraman was very serious, but like I said before, it still stuck with the hokiness and the cheesiness of Ultraman.
Let's not even say hokey or campy because people use those words like they're 4-letter words. I just say because it stuck true to a spirit of fun. Because like I said, a lot of this shit should have fun. Yeah. Or should have that kind of level. I don't want to say hokey or campy. Like, what's the better word?
Yeah, I keep saying that word, but yeah, it should have fun. It should keep the spirit of fun and
that sense. You know what I mean?
Whimsical.
Whimsy. What is the word I'm looking for? Like, that's one thing that I like about like Shin Ultraman. Like, even though it was kind of grim, dark, grim, serious, and a lot of times like that.
But there was
ground and gritty, but it was still optimistic. It still had the same flavor of Ultraman. It wasn't just a fucking deconstruction. It did the thing I talk about. You can deconstruct, but you build it back up. That's I think. God damn it, CGI just hit on it. So that's why I fucking hate the ending of this, because this whole show was nothing but a deconstruction of Kamen Rider Black. But there was never a period of when they built it back up. Like the show ends on no one learning their lesson.
Peace Walker war.
Right.
Let's go.
No one learns a lesson, and everything is just exactly the same it was when we first fucking started. Like, look, I understand that. I get that. Sometimes that can be a narrative choice that, the system is so broken.
Like the real world, everything keeps going. That
right. Kind of like the system is so broken that sometimes the wheel doesn't break. It just turns and turns and turns. I get that. I understand that. But I'm not looking for that in Kamen Rider. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it was weird. It's like, so we got kids making bombs and fighting it out and putting people in CQC, and
like,
she's the only one that can transform. And
the lesson she learns is just to be Nobuhiko. That's what she decides to do. She decides to be the new Shadow Moon, the praying.
I mean, after she killed
Midnight Mantis, whatever the fuck, like
after she killed her boo, Kotaru, killed him with the devil's, the sword and stuff, and was like screaming, "Why?" And that
like, look, this shit did to Kamen Rider Black what y'all claim Zack Snyder did to Superman.
Man.
You can quote me on that shit.
Yeah, this is. I hate saying this. This is what they did. This is what people want Power Rangers to be.
And what's my Jon Snow gift? I don't want it. I don't want it.
God knows the 2017 movie was trying it, but didn't hit it. Thank God. But people want Power Rangers to be this, and I'm like,
Why?
I don't want that. I want
Like
fun.
they talk about like, oh, it's grounded, it's so mature. I would argue that this is like less mature because it's so fucking over the top. It's so fucking dour. Like it's almost a parody, you know what I mean? Like
It's
half
like,
of this shit.
you know what it reminds me of? You remember when Red Tails came out and, there were certain segments of black folks that was like, this is the most important black movie. We have to support it. That's how people are about Kamen Rider Black Sun.
I saw that shit. So like, did you see on Twitter when it first came out? And look again, trigger warning. We about to get real. We about to get real black.
Yeah.
We about to get real fucking nasty. So when it came out and all those white folks was like talking about how powerful it was, like, oh, this is important. And then the second all the black fans was like, what the fuck is this shit? You notice they all shut the fuck up.
Cause like I didn't hate Red Tails, but it was like it was just okay.
No, I'm talking about Black Sun. I'm talking about
yeah, Black Sun. A lot of us was just like, the hell is this? Like
all the fucking white folk like, oh, this is a show that should be watched. It has a very powerful message, and isn't the second was it Row or was it Fives when we came out and we started roasting the fuck out of the show? They all shut the fuck up. They got real quiet.
Cause I don't know if it was you or somebody else on Row that mentioned the whole like fucking George Floyd shit. I was like, oh no. And I didn't even watch it yet. And I was like, ah shit, I am not looking forward to seeing that scene. Like, fuck, man. I didn't think, because I swear to you, I did not think the show was gonna do that because like the trailer in the show gave off kind of like I said, the Black Lives Matter protest and shit, right?
I
was like, all right,
sure,
fine,
okay,
cool.
whatever.
But as soon as he said, I can't breathe, I was like, oh no, oh God, no, don't do this show. Why? What are we doing?
And it's like I say, the way that it ends, like no one learned a lesson. Like I'm not saying they should all be hugging hands and being kumbaya and
but
shit.
I ain't saying that. There has to be some progress.
But it has to be some progress. Like you all just reset like all this shit happened. You just reset the fucking zero. The fuck?
It's the Aegis Elba from Pacific Rim. Reset the clock to 0.
The fuck, bro?
Like it would have been nice if like she kills Kotaru and it's like, all right, the government, because the government. Okay, so but spoilers. At the end, the government, people in the Congress and stuff, the House and Senate or whatever in Japan, they get an anonymous thing of paperwork showing Gorgom doing experiments. It's a smoking gun. So you're thinking, oh shit, this is going to be the change.
Right. It's going to go, hey, these aren't, they people are against their choice. Like they're not that different. Like we're going to start, baby steps. Nah.
It didn't change anything. You still had, you might have had pockets of people saying, hey, we got to do better. But it just, nothing.
Nothing. It's a fucking sign. And again, I'm okay with those type of endings. I'm okay with those type of stories being told.
Dour endings, and then there's that. Like, fuck.
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say that there's profound and there's dire, there's poignant, and then there's this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, and again, it's not like it's just like the big thing of them approaching it was like, we're going to give you adult, because I think that's the Amazon Prime thing with Kamen Rider and all this stuff is adult oriented reboots of Showa era Kamen Rider. And I'm like, I'm fearful of what they're going to do next at this point.
It's definitely ain't going to be Black Sun RX unless.
Are we going to be RX? Because I don't see it. She's a mantis.
Well, the King Stone can do what he did in RX and regenerate him and save him. Possibly. But then, like, how would you do the Crisis Empire? Would they be internet incels? Like, how would
don't give them ideas, Prime. Do not give them ideas. They're not going
to be aliens because that's too fanciful, in my show about Karate Bugman. Can't have that.
I thought like the Century King shit, but they were aliens, but they weren't. And I was like, oh, so they're not aliens. Well, damn, like, okay, shit.
I mean, it's a take.
It's a take for sure. Like they're deities. That's fine, Yeah, it's like, I think that was the other thing for me was like the constant going back into the past, 1972. is what kind of threw me off at times, like the whiplash of it, because it's like, okay, what the fuck just happened here? Like, all right, cool. Now, granted, going back to the set design for the Creation King was actually very creepy in nature. Like,
Yeah, like
if they made like a ride at a theme park and I'm walking in the room with the Creation King, I'll be creeped out at a fucking giant ass bug.
Right, in that fucking scene when he was petting their head, I was like,
Ooh,
I would,
that's creepy.
I would vomit. I would just be like, bleh.
It's like, why am I here? Like, yeah, Jesus.
It's like, where's the Maybelline? Get it off me.
I mean, even down to like fucking Kotaro when he was in his Kamen Rider form, biting into the Creation King and fucking him up and shit. I was like, yo, like this is all right, cool, because it reminded me of what was happening in Amazons and how gruesome that was.
Right, and I think they lean heavy too. So like, I mean, I guess the logical extent they'll do another, because I think, okay, so if they're not gonna do Black RX, because they skipped a whole bunch of show to get to Amazon and Black, so
they're gonna go back in time. We're gonna get what, Kamen Rider J.
Maybe, well, no, that's forward. Maybe we can do Shin Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't fucking know.
I don't know, man. We're getting Shin Kamen Rider, which I'm already anticipating with loving. I mean,
I have some trepidation. So, because okay, so maybe like this. So here's how the anniversary project has gone. So Revice sucked, but Geese has been pretty decent.
Yeah.
Black Sun sucked. So maybe that means Shin Kamen Rider is gonna be pretty decent. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe those things had to be bad.
I thought we said Revice started off fine and then it petered off.
I mean, it lost the plot.
Halfway through, it was like, what, huh?
I feel like writing classes need to be taught. I have never seen a show run out of steam so hard and fumble that bad.
Look, I'm not saying it was gonna happen, but this is the first time you would ever catch me saying this. Like the Kamen Rider Black Sun, I was like, so couldn't get like a black foreigner to come into your writer's room to tighten up this script?
I was gonna say, I know we over there. Because I knew I still watch a chick with a YouTube channel every day. I know we over there. You can just grab a random black person on the street like you. Come here. Can we get you the sensitivity to read this real quick?
Can you read the script real quick? Did we do Black Lives Matter's justice?
It was Bugs Bunny. No.
Nope.
No.
All right then. Thank you for your time, sir. Pay him like pennies.
Some gotcha pawns. A fistful of tokens to get you a Black Sun keychain for your phone.
Premium Bandai fucking promo code 20% off. Premium
20. You get 8% off, sir.
It's a 25% code Kamen Rider. You go into your cart.
Cold Grasshopper Lives Matter.
GLM. Swear to God, man, I was waiting for like a KLM, Kaijin Lives Matter or some shit.
Bro, they had that sign of the protest.
They did.
They did.
I was waiting for a T-shirt or something. I was like, well, I knew they were gonna get that, but like, you know,
instead of the fist, and then they had the poster instead of a fist. It was that weird ass claw thing. Am I making that up?
You're not making that up. That was a real thing. I did get a laugh though.
In this one instance, CJ, you could have lied to me. You could have said I was bullshit. Because that just made it worse.
I ain't gonna lie, I did laugh at like the racist protest that they got shitted on by the bird kaijin dude. Like, look, that was funny to me a little bit. I was like, okay, that was actually funny.
Okay, another funny part to me, funny thing I thought is that when they were talking about like the anti-kaiju group, I saw some white people on Twitter going, well, I found that unrealistic. That's a little too over the top. And I was like, nah, that's pretty.
Bro, that's on brand, dog. We've been talking about it.
I was like, we talking about that's pretty on brand. We've been telling y'all that's pretty accurate.
Did you see Charlottesville? I just saying here, like,
do I need to motion at the tiki torch whites? Do I need to?
Bro, only thing that was missing from this was some fucking tiki torches.
Tiki torches.
Man,
wait, didn't they have some when they went to kill him?
Okay. Bruh, okay. This is where I was like, okay, you're too on the nose. They hung kaiju, folks. Dead ass serious. Hung and
Noose and
burned them.
all.
Noose and burned them. I was like, oh shit. Like, yo. Like, I expected them to get beat up, but like, yo, they hung them on a noose. And I'm like, yo. Dog, like, man. They did not put I mean, I guess it's the shock value of it all, but man,
I mean, on brand. I mean, biggest gonna bigot, I guess.
I don't know, man. It's like I get the experiment because you want to do something different to tackle Kamen Rider, but it's like I don't know what.
But like I said, like bro, they had so much more material to mine from. Like you didn't need that element at all, at all. You didn't need it because you didn't do it justice. You didn't do it properly. Like I was talking on Twitter, I was like, look, if I'm saying 0-1 did your race metaphor better, you fucked up.
It did two things better: the race metaphor, and it was a better Westworld than Westworld at times.
Man, if I'm saying 0-1 did something better than you need to go back and reevaluate your life.
And that's a movie, and that's a show that got riddled with bullshit just as much as Heroes did with the writer's strike. That's the crazy part about it.
And at least with 0-1, you can go COVID.
COVID. They limped to the finish line. It's like, all right,
they got there. I mean, God bless you. You passed the torch off to Saber, and now I feel bad for them because they had to have a weak start. But I feel like Saber came around at the end there. But like, dude, this shit. Just why, man? Just bro, flabbergasted.
I will think it was interesting with like Aoi, like she actually does speak English in the show because it fucked me up initially when I saw her speaking. I was like, do I have the subtitles on? Is there a dub for this I didn't know about? And then I was like, she was speaking Japanese. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought that was there, but yeah, like I said,
damn it, Sharpo.
What do you say?
Last in the chat.
Detroit.
God damn it.
Detroit become Rider.
Was baby's first allegory. You know what though? You ain't wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, he really is.
You're right. You're right as fuck though. It's true. That's true. You're not wrong.
Detroit becomes Rider. I'm laughing. I wonder if I need to play that game. Detroit Becomes Human. Just for Jesse Williams alone.
I didn't ask for that. You know what? I got this shit downloaded.
No, it was sick. Jesse Williams was cheating on his wife when that game went down too at the same time. That was just a thing. Oh man. Man. But yeah, Black Sun, it's a thing.
It's rough. It's rough. And again, like maybe because we're black, maybe we're seeing this from a different perspective. We're bringing. I'll be generous and I'll say we're bringing baggage. So
yeah. It can't be helped. I'm sorry, like it can't be helped. Like, hey, it's not like we asked for a fucking allegory for fucking BLM, but that show was like, fuck it, we're gonna tackle it. I'm like, Japan.
Are you sure? Was it John Cena? Are you sure about that?
Because it's Japan. You don't have really much a good history of tackling social agendas here, particularly black ones.
Hell, even particularly your own domestic ones. So, are you sure you're gonna buy? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I mean, and shouts out to them because what's that? The Gogan Party was basically what is that fucking protest group? What was that shit called? The anti-government group. Damn, what was it called?
I forgot.
Fuck, what is it called? Hold on, let me look. Hold on. Was it the Zenkyo? Anyway, so the Gogan Party, they were basically like a take on a very, very famous Japanese anti-government group. Fuck. What's the name of that group? Fuck.
Hold up, I think I have it up.
Damn, why am I drawing a blank? But anyway, like I thought they handled that well because it matters domestic. Like, again, the government corruption shit. I thought all of that was handled pretty strong, pretty well. I thought that was some of the strongest of the show. It's when they dip into the it's just so fucking frustrating. You know what I mean?
It's like the potential was like we were this close and it just
It's like you dove out the window. You didn't jump. You fucking swan dive, turned around, gave me the thumbs up, spread
Swanton
eagle,
bombed.
spread eagle swanton bomb, and said, "Let's fucking go." What's
It's
the
like
fucking mean? Bro thought he
cowabunga
was
it is.
cooking. Bro thought he was cooking. Bro ain't cooking shit.
It's like cowabunga it is.
Basically, fucking basically, bro.
Oh man. Like look, you know what? I talk about this. I oftentimes because like I said, for as far as I know, the Power Ranger ship with Netflix is still in flux at this point, and I'm very fearful of like everybody anticipating wanting Power Rangers to be so dark and stuff, but then it's like, do you have the people there that can actually make it work?
You know what, CJ? I almost hope the Netflix Power Rangers. I almost hope it's just like this, so I can have a clean break and not look back.
I mean, because it's like it's like you said, it's people that are scared of the material instead of embracing the material,
Yeah,
right?
like Cookie. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. It's like it's kind of like you know what it is. It's kind of like how you have people that will say, "Oh man, comics are for kids," and that's why you get so many people when they do comic book adaptations, they want to go all leaning heavy on the dark stuff. And I'm like, well, now you're because you're scared of this medium that's way more than kids. I mean, we're grown adults. We still read comics. Like, so clearly it ain't just aimed for kids only. Grown adults are reading it. So like, what are you scared of? You know?
Right.
And so, and again, I'm not even knocking Japan because I feel Japan has way more leeway to do different things with these properties because, you know, they've done so much stuff with Kamen Rider for the kids and, you know, toys and all that stuff. So they have the excuse to do something like with Kamen Rider Black Sun. It's just like, yo, you need writers that actually know how to implement these ideas properly because you don't have the people to do this. You know, but in America, it's like there's a lot of folks that are gonna probably look at Black Sun as though this is like what needs to happen. And
This
I'm
is the
like,
pinnacle. Like this is what it should be, and it's like hell no.
no, it's not.
It is not in 1,000 fucking years. Like this should be a one-off offshoot. Like we should get this shit. Not well. We should not get it at all. But if we do get it, it'll be fucking sporadic.
Yeah, you take it for what it is, but you know, it's like, yeah. So, but like I said, you know, folks, if you don't got any time on your hands, I guess you can watch Black Sun and make your assessment from there. But
I mean, your mileage may vary as it does in all things. Our word is not gospel. This is just the opinions of my salty bitter ass. um, but like it's not that. It's not good. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
yeah, it is what it is. What can you do? But yeah, me and Prime before we started, I said that I wanted to definitely, since I'm already starting up on Kamen Rider Black, I think the next Morphin Metacast is definitely have to be Kamen Rider Black, just to kind of like palate cleanse in a
I'm gonna
way.
say cleanse the palate. Talk about
Cleanse the
something
palate.
good.
Cleanse the palate. Because it was funny, Sue was talking to me about it because Sue, it was funny when I told him all the history of Mass Rider and how Black RX was a direct continuation of Black. He didn't know because he didn't know Black RX was a direct continuation. He just thought RX was just a
Oh,
new
really?
season. Yeah, he thought it was a new season, which I mean, if you're a person that never seen Black, you probably would look at RX as like, so I guess this is like a brand new show until you realize, hold up, isn't this the same character from Black? You know, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. So it is a different show altogether. So he didn't know. So once I told him everything, he was like, it's like his third eye open. He was like, oh my God, that makes sense now. Why the X, Y, and Z happened. And it's like, yep. That's why Mass Rider had like 3 different shows boiled into one. So
Well, technically, yeah, Mass Rider used footage from Black RX, J, and ZO.
yeah, ZO. So it was like 3 properties in one, all because they wanted to kind of bring Kamen Rider into the US in a
And
very wholesale way.
and made all of the wrong decisions.
I mean, we got Kamen Rider J on the Sega CD as like a
Zio.
interactive. Oh, was Zio? I thought it was J.
Zio.
Okay, Zio as an interactive Sega CD game.
I mean, wasn't that before Mass Rider came out though?
Yeah, it was before. Yeah, because it was right around the time of the first 2 seasons of Power Rangers at the time.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
why?
So, hey,
Because why not?
it's interesting too because we look at the Mass Rider toys. It's like we technically got Zio and J toys on the shelves with the monsters, and I was like, damn, that is right.
Isn't that wild as hell?
That's crazy. It was like, very sneaky of you, Bandai. I see you. So but hey, folks. I mean, on the positive side of Black Sun, we got some bitching, figure arts, figures, and
And that belt looks
belts,
cool.
and the belts
And
look cool. So
the ending theme fucking slaps.
The soundtrack, period. The soundtrack for this is fire. I don't know if it's on Spotify.
Right.
Is it on Spotify?
I need to look it up because if I can get the soundtrack, I'll take it. Because that, like I said, that Henshin theme, that shit is dope as fuck.
Let me hold up live. We're live. Let me go on to Spotify on my phone real quick. Because if it's on Spotify, I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and add this to favorites. Because
I just want to say it is over. Add that shit to the list.
Shit, if they have it on vinyl, it's a wrap.
Let's fucking go. That fucking piano, man. Let's fucking go.
Oh shit! So the Black Sun theme is on here. Okay, shit. All right then. So yeah, it is on. It's on here.
My nigga, say less.
Yeah, it's on here. Huh. That's interesting.
Say fucking less.
Yep, the whole album, Kamen Rider Black Sun. Whole album. Wow.
Let's go.
This is okay. I will be saving this now. Oh man, yeah. So next episode is definitely going to be Kamen Rider Black. I predict there's going to probably be more shenanigans on the news front. It's just it's a prediction because as with anything, we always hit something that's happening in the Hasbro world. So
again, shit that we didn't ask for.
You know what? I didn't mention this earlier and stuff because we talked about the Lightning Collection, right? I find it amazing that the Zord Ascension project and the weapons are like the only good things that hasn't that in the morphers are like the only 3 things that people had 0 issues with on the quality control front. That's kind of crazy to me.
It's kind of wild. It's like, again, I wonder what does the production look like for the Lightning Collection. Like, what is going on? Where is the QC? Oh shit, you ain't lying. The soundtrack for the body shit.
Shit, that shit's on vinyl. It's a wrap.
Hold on. We live, baby. We live.
As soon as I looked on there, I was like, oh shit, hold on. That shit's on vinyl. It's a wrap. I'll buy that shit immediately.
Hold on.
Okay, so it's not on vinyl, but it is on Spotify, definitely. So
hold on. I'm on Amazon. Hold on. The soundtrack has a cover to Black RX opening called Black Sun RX. Bruh, hold on, bruh. let me buy this shit and I'll be right with y'all.
Oh yeah, so that's the official soundtrack because Play Asia has it for $36. If you want the full the hard version of it and stuff. So yeah, it's the same one that's on Spotify, definitely.
I'm gonna get the MP3 on Amazon. Hold on. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah. But like you said, the QC is amazing. It's like the weapons got good QC, the Sword Ascension project, good QC, and the morphers, good QC. But them toys, the figures.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody really talk about the basic line.
Basic line of
for the show. The like the basic toys.
Oh, like just the figures themselves. Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, I saw a lot of people comment on them being good and that they were putting out a lot of the grunts and stuff, which is actually a good thing for a change.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's always been just baffling to me. It's like you got QC on all the other stuff, but that it's just like it's kind of backwards, don't you think?
Right, right.
So but that's it for Kamen Rider Black Sun. I mentioned this too earlier too. So we're getting Gokai Red figure arts as well,
Yeah, he's getting a renewal.
which I think is actually pretty dope. Because people forget, like, we used to get figure arts and stuff before it started end up becoming like a premium Bandai thing, which was kind of unfortunate. So yeah, and also everybody's getting their Deca Ranger Shout Factory release early too. So
Oh, I got mine.
oh, you got yours already?
Mm-hmm.
Did you start watching it, or you just kind of just opened it up and just checked it out?
I just opened up and checked it out. I haven't watched an episode yet, but like I've watched Deca Ranger a lot. And actually, I think recently, because then we just have a anyway. I watched it recently,
Mhm.
so I'll just open it, got it, put it on the shelf, and good to go.
No, cool. But yeah, that is it. If you guys, yeah, Sharpo's right there. The Astro Megazord will be the real litmus test.
I mean, we will fucking see. I was just gonna say that's what I was talking about. Like, even with the fucking crowdfund, like that Star Saber or the fucking Rancor or what else, like, or the fucking knees on the X-Men Sentinel, like
Yeah.
Hasbro and QC, like, what the fuck is anybody in y'all's departments doing their fucking job?
I don't think so. It's just a lot of just throw the toy out there and just see what happens.
Just buy product, then buy another product.
It's like
You fucking nerd.
It's like was it They Live, where it's like obey,
Right? Consume.
consume. So yeah, but if you are listening to this, if you happen to watch Black Sun, let us know what you think of the show. Don't let us deter you from watching it, but just I'm always curious to see what people's thoughts of Black Sun is and stuff. I know was it because somebody asked us earlier about the Showa era Sentai and stuff. So we've been kind of like rolling back because we did Jetman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that technically Showa era too?
Yeah, well, yeah. Show us when is the Heisei? But yeah, that is a Showa show.
Yeah, so we've been slowly going it, but like we did Jetman, we're gonna probably do it for the one that just released just a while back. Was it Bio?
5-man?
Yeah, 5-man. We'll probably do a show on that too. But I mean, look, even some of the clips I saw Showa era before the Shout Factory, like I always did enjoy a lot of Showa era Sentai. Just kind of looking at the clips and just seeing what they were doing. So no complaints for me on that end. I mean, it was definitely interesting seeing what they were doing, especially in terms of filming and a lot of the special effects. I think as a kid, I grossly underestimated how much I enjoyed just those simple special effects, like them putting fire on a sword to represent, the sword's special moves and stuff. I'm like, that's actually pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie. So even down to the camera angles that they still do today and stuff is always fun watching. So yeah, Showa era Sentai is always great. But yeah, So, well, with that in mind, yeah, let us know what you think of Kamen Rider Black Sun when you watch it, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Vida Zen, dudes.